Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In continuation with the previous video where I discussed regarding the mechanism of breathing, in this video we'll talk about respiratory volume or pulmonary volume and its capacity. As the name indicate, respiratory volume. Respiratory means regarding respiration or breathing, that is inhalation and exhalation. Volume means amount. Amount of what? Amount of air. So volume of air or the amount of air that is inhaled or exhaled during the respiration or breathing is nothing but the respiratory volume, or amount of air that is involved in different stages of respiration is nothing but the respiratory volume. So we'll discuss about different types of respiratory volume and the capacity one by one. Mainly there are four types of respiratory volume, that is tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume and a residual volume. And we have got five types of capacities, that is inspiratory capacity, expiratory capacity, functional residual capacity, vital capacity and total lung capacity. We'll discuss these points one by one. First we'll talk about the respiratory volume. In that first one, tidal volume, which is the simplest respiratory volume. So tidal volume is abbreviated as a TV. So tidal volume means it's a volume of air that is inspired or expired during normal respiration. So now we are breathing normally. So we are not doing any exercise, or we are not doing pranayama, or we are not deeply taking or inhaling and exhaling. So we are normally breathing. So whatever the amount of air or the volume of air that we are inhaled or exhaled during normal respiration is nothing but the tidal volume. So which is abbreviated as a TV. You can remember that while watching TV we breathe normal, isn't it? So whatever the volume of air that is involved, inhaled or exhaled during normal breathing is nothing but the tidal volume or TV. So it is of about 500 ml. So normally we breathe 500 ml of air. So inhale 500 ml and exhale 500 ml of air during normal breathing. So 500 ml inhaled and exhaled, or inspired and expired during normal respiration. And for minute it's of about 6000 to 8000 ml of air is inhaled and exhaled per minute. So how you can calculate that? By multiplying 500 into 12 or 16. So we breathe 12 to 16 times per minute. So by multiplying 15 to 12 and 16 you will get this amount, that is 6000 to 8000 ml per minute. So that is about the tidal volume, which is nothing but the volume of air inspired or expired during normal respiration. Next one is inspiratory reserve volume. So inspiratory means inhalation. So reserve volume is whatever the additional volume of air that a person can inspire by forcible inspiration, not by normal inspiration, by forcible inspiration, like that is how you inspire forcibly. So when you inspire forcibly, whatever the additional amount of air that you can inhale or inspire is nothing but the inspiratory reserve volume, or IRV. So whatever the additional volume of air that you can inspire upon forcible inspiration is nothing but inspiratory reserve volume, and it is of about 2500 to 3000 ml. So 2500 to 3000 ml of air you can inspire by forcible inspiration, which is known as inspiratory reserve volume. Next one is expiratory reserve volume. So it's ulta. Expiratory means expiration or exhalation. So whatever the additional volume of air that a person can expire or exhale by forcible expiration. So normal expiration will be, what about the forcible expiration? So upon doing forcible expiration, whatever the amount or the volume of air you can expire, so that is nothing but the expiratory reserve volume, and it is of about 1000 to 1100 ml. So you can expire 1000 to 1000 ml of air by forcible expiration, and it is abbreviated as ERV, which is known as expiratory reserve volume. Next one, residual volume, which is also known as RV. So residue means lefting, whatever it is left. Where? In the lung. So residual volume means volume of air remains in the lung even after forcible expiration. Even after forcible expiration, that is, even after doing forcible expiration, some amount of air remains in their lung, and it is nothing but the residual volume. So that is of about 1100 to 1200 ml. So 1100 to 1200 ml of air remains in the lung even after forcible expiration. That is nothing but residual volume or RV. So first one, tidal volume, which is a volume of air inspired or expired during normal expiration. Next one is inspirated reserve volume. It's additional amount of air that you can inspire by forcible inspiration. Next one, expiratory reserve volume, that is additional amount of air you can expire by forcible expiration. Next one, residual volume, which is volume of air remains in the lung even after forcible expiration. So these are the four types of respiratory volume or pulmonary volume. Now we'll talk about pulmonary capacity. Pulmonary means related to lung and capacity means capacity of the lung. So pulmonary capacity deals with the capacity of the lung or a person to inhale and exhale the air, or it is a volume of air a lung can withstand. So we talk all those things in the pulmonary capacity. We have got 5 pulmonary capacity and we'll discuss it one by one. First one is inspiratory capacity. So inspiration means or inhalation means taking in. So inspiration means breathing in. So inspiratory capacity means total volume of air a person can inhale after normal expiration. So after normal expiration, like, so whatever the amount of air a person can inspire, it may be by normal inspiration or by forcible inspiration. So normal inspiration like, forcible inspiration like. So total amount of air a person can inspire after normal expiration is nothing but inspiratory capacity. So it includes tidal volume and IRV, because tidal volume means volume of air inspired during normal respiration, whereas inspiratory reserve volume means it's additional volume of air a person can inspire by forcible inspiration like this. So, inspiratory capacity includes both normal inspiration and forcible inspiration. That's why it is a total of TV and IRV, or a total of tidal volume and inspiratory reserve volume. So, that is about the inspiratory capacity. Next is expiratory capacity. It is just ulta. Expiratory means exhalation. So, total volume of air a person can expire after normal inspiration. After normal inspiration, whatever the amount of air a person can expire, it may be by normal expiration like this or forcible expiration. So this total is nothing but the expiratory capacity. So total volume of air a person can expire after normal inspiration. Obviously, it includes a tidal volume and expiratory reserve volume, because tidal volume means it's a volume of air expired normally, whereas expiratory reserve volume includes its additional volume of air expired by forcible expiration like this. So expiratory capacity includes both tidal volume and expiratory reserve volume. So that is about expiratory capacity. Next is functional residual capacity. So residual means whatever remains. So functional residual capacity means it's a volume of air that will remain in the lung even after normal expiration. So after normal expiration, whatever the amount of air that remains in the lung is nothing but the functional residual capacity. So you know that it includes ERV and RV, because ERV means it is a additional volume of air a person can expire by forcible expiration. So after normal expiration, you can expire forcibly some amount of air. So that is nothing but the expiratory reserve volume. And residual volume. Residual volume means whatever the volume of air that remains in the lung even after forcible expiration. So that is a residual volume. So the addition of these two is nothing but the functional residual capacity, that is volume of air that remains in the lung after normal expiration. So which includes ERV and RV. So air that can be forcibly expire and the air that remains in the lung even after forcible expiration. So addition of these two is nothing but the functional residual capacity. Next one, vital capacity. Vital means necessary or essential. So vital capacity means it's a maximum volume of air a person can breathe in or inspire after forced expiration, or it's a maximum volume of air a person can breathe out after forcible inspiration. So that is nothing but the vital capacity. So whatever the amount of air or the volume of air you can inspire after forced expiration, like after forced expiration. So whatever the amount of air you can take in or breathe in after forcible expiration is nothing but the vital capacity, and obviously it includes TB, IRV and ERV. So TB plus IRV plus ERV is nothing but the vital capacity. So which is nothing but the maximum volume of air a person can breathe in or breathe out after normal expiration or normal inspiration respectively. So that is the vital capacity. Next one, total lung capacity. So it's very simple. Total lung capacity means it's a capacity of the lung. So total volume of air accommodated in the lung at the end of a forced inspiration. So if you do forced inspiration, whatever the amount of air a lung can accommodate is nothing but the total lung capacity. So you have done forced inspiration. So after this, whatever the amount of air that is present in the lung is nothing but the total lung capacity. So it includes addition of all the volume, that is RV, ERV, TB and IRV. So all the volumes together is total lung capacity. So that is all about the respiratory volume and its capacity. I hope this video is useful. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.